See, so the guy who played it ahead of me played it about halfway through. So instead of having the whole song about a cup of coffee, all we had was praise in the morning and a cup of coffee. So, well, I tell you what. You read the sports, and as soon as the sports is over, for the weather, I'll play this song again. Because you know who that would make really happy?
Who?
The sponsor.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute. I can do it now, or do you want to do it later?
Well, it's up to you.
Well,
what would you prefer?
I think, go ahead, read the sports now, and we'll do it after.
All right, let's start with the NHL scores.
Okay.
The Jets last night lost to Chicago 9-1, and now, Don, you can make your sponsor happy.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Sunlight.
It's so pretty.
The sunlight, praise be the nation. Yours is the sunlight, yours is the day.
Nothing starts the good hot cup of coffee.
Thank you very much. Okay. Isn't that a nice song? Yes, sir. Every morning I get up and throw up into a bowl of grape nuts flakes, and have my favorite cup of coffee, then it's out on the trail.
8:35 a.m.
Yes, sir, by me and my budgie, Hawkeye. That's all we do, get out there in the old range and just ride on ride, you know what I mean? Then I sing, praise be the morning, praise be the evening. I tell you, right after that, I like to jump into 3,000 gallons of jelly, you know what I mean? It's a great life here. What there is the weather, Manny?
Just ahead of Don Percy and Winnipeg's favorite music.
Favorite
Here's
music.
today's...
Sunlight.
Yes, sir, Reba. Sing it,
Rousing the sand.
Just play this one more time, if you don't mind. Yes, sir.
Praise be the sunlight,
Praise be the neighbor. That's it.
yours is the sunlight, yours is the day.
Tell them about
Nothing starts the day like a good hot cup of coffee.
You betcha. Holy, that's an honor to me. Okay, Manny, what's the weather there, you cute little whippersnapper?
Just ahead of Don Percy and Winnipeg's favorite music. Here's today's AccuWeather. Some sun with a passing flurry. The high about -20 today, down to -35 tonight.
Yes, sir. Going to be a snapper out in the trail today, for sure. Doggies will be snapping out there.
Little sun tomorrow, -25 the high.
Put on my long johns here.
Wednesday,
Yep.
chance of a flurry. Partner.
Sorry, Bob, hard.
-22.
-22 in the west, is it? Them panty waists from the east, they don't know what good weather is. No, sir. Is that about it?
Gotta give my name.
Who are you?
My handle.
What are you?
Manny Bazunas.
Well, sir,
Enough, doesn't it?
we don't take the Greeks in this here area. We had one, but we had to fling him out of the bunkhouse, you know what I mean? Kept sleeping on his stomach. Doggies, it's cold out there this morning, neighbors and friends. Let's have a little country music here.
It's late at night and we're all alone.
All right, let's hear this foot joke for Mr. Thomas, Minnesota.
All right. There's a man who lives in New York, right? His name's Mr. Foot, lives in a high-rise. One day he's out wandering in the park, and he comes across Mrs. Elbow. And being of Mexican descent, she has a Mexican accent. So they get to talking for a little bit, and he finally asks her to marry him, being very quick. And, being of Mexican descent, she says, "Si." So the two of them get married and buy a little cottage on the lake, and are out playing Frisbee, and one day they have a son. And they name him Foot. So the Foots have one son called Foot. Got it?
Got it.
All right. So a few days pass, and they come to like the kid. And they play more Frisbee, and they play around in the sand, and pretty soon they have another son. Woo. And they name him Foot.
So his name is
Foot.
Foot.
No, Foot.
Foot.
Right, Foot. Don, if you remember the punchline to this, don't say it.
Oh, you know me so well.
So they have lunch and supper, and after a little while they have another son.
Son of a gun.
And they name him Foot. And the family gets along really well, and they, go to movies and baseball games and things. And after a while, they have another son, and they name him Foot. So the family in yellow and green and stuff. So they rush him off to the hospital, and the doctor says, "Well, it's terminal. I'm sorry."
Oh.
And poor little old Foot passes on.
Bye-bye, Foot.
Right. So they take him to the cemetery and they lay him to rest. And the family's all despondent and whatnot. But after a while, they have another son and they name him Foot. So the family's getting along all nice and great and terrific and wonderful, and pretty soon old Foot starts to get sick and turn all yellow and purple and green.
Oh, no.
So they throw him in the car and rush him off to the doctor, and the doctor says, well, I'm sorry, Mrs. Foot, but Foot is terminally ill.
No.
And Mrs. Foot looks at the doctor and says, please, Doc, don't tell me that. I already have one foot in the grave.
Mr. Marhula of Bodette, Minnesota, if I ever get another letter from you, I'm going to throw it in the garbage without even opening it. Thank you, Bad Humor Man.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You're from the A&W?
Yeah, I do.
Good show.
Yeah.
You remember the music from the A&W root beer commercial?
Yes, I do, yeah.
Would you give us a bar or two? How does it go? Are there any words to it?
Oh, no, it's just a tune, you know. Ba-bum, ba-bum.
That's a good start, Brian.
You guys got any intelligent questions to ask this man who is only out there, after all, to make a buck?
Did you ask him how he got into the business?
I'm about to.
Oh. Okay, that's
Barry?
Yeah?
Any questions?
Well, aren't you going to answer that one first?
Well, I got one other
that
question.
could be done first if you wanted first.
Sure, go ahead.
How did I get into business?
I had a chance about 4 years ago.
I had a chance about 4 years ago, too, and I missed it.
Did you? No, I kind of had a bad impression of the business about 4 years ago. It was still fairly new, and things weren't, the guys that were in it were having a rough time. And then,
What do you mean by rough time?
well, something that new, like when you're...
Other guys were mad at?
other guys are mad at, they don't accept it totally. So you get the hassle. We still get hassles now and then, but it's minimal.
Yeah, mostly in the parking lot at 2 a.m., huh?
Not yet.
Okay.
And hopefully
Bozo and I have put up with that, right, Bozo?
Yep.
So then, anyway, 4 years ago.
Back in the fall here, back in Thunder Bay, I was talking to a couple of guys from
Thunder Bay?
Big old Thunder Bay.
Thunder Fuddling Bay?
Thunder Bay. I got talking to a couple of guys that were in it, and I had always been interested in it, so figured, what the heck, I'll go down to Toronto, try it. If it works, it works. If it
In
doesn't,
Toronto?
In Toronto.
Whereabouts? What club?
I started at the Tropicana Love Boat.
Tropicana Love Boat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
There's a
write
place.
that down, Manny. The Tropicana Love. What area of town is that in? What street?
It's on King, just between
On
Bathurst.
King Street.
Between Bathurst and Spadina. Great place. Great place.
I wouldn't take off my hat on King Street between Bathurst and where I'll go. Okay, because
Anyway, it's a great club. It's a good one to start in.
Do you get a lot of girls?
Do you get a lot of girls?
Fair amount.
That's like asking Persky if he gives a lot of growl.
Yes, okay.
You got a lot of girls?
Speaking of that, Manny, have you got your yellow tuxedo on?
As a matter of fact, maybe I do, maybe I don't.
Okay, on Friday, April 25th, our friend Tracy Pfeiffer, like in salad dressing, who goes to Isaac Newton Junior High, is having her 15th birthday.
I get the Swede in on this.
You don't want to get in on it.
No, I'll leave the giggle for
Yeah,
you.
the giggle is for us. The waka waka is for him. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Thank you so much. All right, say who you are, who I am, and where we are.
I'm Manny Bazunas with Barry Morose, the Swede, and the Master of the Morning, Don Percy. Gig on KY50.
How come I got last billing in that?
Hello?
What'd you do, go to the bathroom?
No.
Oh, what?
See, I've got this tape recorder, eh?
Yeah,
And my sister's usually home. She tapes me every morning.
I see.
Except she's not here this morning.
Where is she, the little rascal?
She's at the lake with my mom.
Oh, all right, not much of a story in that.
Hello, Mother.
How old is your sister?
15, we're twins.
No kidding.
Not kidding.
You got a twin. Does she look like you?
Hope not. Hope I don't look like her
You'd
anymore.
really have fun on a double date if she did. Hold on a minute.
Excuse me, sir.
In this heat, your engine needs all of
I hope you're wide awake now. Get in here. Don't waste my time. Where were you this time?
I turned the tape recorder on. I can't tape all your commercials.
Why not? That's well worth. How do you think you're getting paid for this, anyhow? All right. What have you got this morning?
Well, hello to a couple of people.
Oh yeah, of course.
Hello, Kristen, Sheila, my mother, my sister, and the Hones out at the lake.
What's your sister's name?
Marlice.
Beg pardon?
Marlice.
Marlice.
Great.
That's a very unusual name. M-A-R-L-I-C-E or S-E?
M-A-R-L-Y-S.
Oh, boy, your mom and dad can't spell very well. They got good imagination for names, but their spelling is atrocious. All right, have you said hello to everybody?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Now let's get down to the real meat of the business here.
Today's humor is geography.
Geography.
That's the main topic.
Fine.
And instead of a super corn, I've just got a corn because I'm weak this morning.
I can understand that. 7 days of you makes 1 week, and that's the truth. Okay, number one.
Mary and Harry.
Mary says...
Where is the Red Sea?
Harry says...
On the third line of my report card.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Number two.
Terry and Mary.
Terry says...
From which foreign country do we get our sugar from?
Mary says...
We don't get it from a foreign country. We borrow it from next door.
You had too many prepositions in there. From which country do we get our sugar from?
I noticed that.
All right, grammatically incorrect and circumlocutory to boot. Number three.
Mary and Harry.
Mary says...
Can you name 5 animals that live at the North Pole?
Harry says...
Yes.
Mary says...
What are they?
Harry says...
4 polar bears and a seal.
Mary says...
That's it. You know, 5 animals.
That's the story?
Well, I've got my corn.
I think you better go back to bed. What's your card?
Marcy and Darcy.
Marcy says...
Well, see, this is dedicated to my sister.
Why?
Well, because I call her Marcy.
Oh, you see, even though her name is Marlise, you call her Marcy.
Nothing rhymes with Marlise.
Police does. Marlise, we're phoning the police. All right, give us the card here. Marcy says...
Where's the English Channel?
Darcy says...
I don't know, our TV is broken.
Say goodbye to the nice man. Good morning.
Jimmy, tonight the answer is keep the chit away from his right crest.
You betcha.
Listen, are you going to try to...
Move. Got to keep moving.
Hey, Deke, move. Deke, Duke,
Bob and
duck,
weave.
right,
Bob and weave.
Exactly. Are you going to try to put them away early? I mean, like the first round or something like
I'm
that?
going to try to put the man in trouble in the first round. My arm feels good. If I can help, I'm going to do it. And we're going out there and we fight and we look bad.
How's the body? I mean, is it ready to...
Hey, I was out last night.
Really?
In doing some
like
heavy,
a weapon.
Heavy
like a weapon
training.
Uh-huh.
This body is in the peak of shape.
Mm-hmm.
This panther-like physique.
A walking stick of dynamite, ladies and gentlemen.
Really, my whole body is a weapon. Hey, I'm glad it's not being televised because it's something kids should not see.
Wow, yeah. I mean, it's going to be scary tonight. I mean, really. You know, I mean, or fight the century, you know.
You know, coaches, not to take any time on this because we got to run, but coaches sometimes really draw the curtains. They tell you stuff that has absolutely no relationship.
Coaches bullshit 90% of the time.
Say that.
One-on-one returns the same time tomorrow.
Well, before you go today, would you mind turning in your key and your identification card, please?
Do I have to do that, boss?
Would you mind informing everyone we'll have additions for your shift tomorrow?
Well, boss, I don't think you really have to go to those extremes. I mean, I intend on being on time, and do I really have to turn in my key? Come to think of it, you never gave me a key. So fight on! 543 with Malcolm Tomlinson.
Capture the imagination.
Well, for instance, what good deeds have you done, oh miracle worker?
Oh, well, for example, tomorrow, I'm going to be helping the people in the Manitoba Marathon.
That's on Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, I see. Well, I think they'd like it better if you went out there tomorrow. However, what did you intend to do to help the people in the Manitoba Marathon for the
I'm going to be running alongside for some energy food and some drinks for them.
Well, now there is a heck of a thing. What kind of energy foods are you going to give them?
Well, some pieces of chocolate, you know.
Oh, yeah, for energy.
Energy and some sort of fruit juice.
Some sort of fruit juice?
Yeah. Well,
you mean some sort of fruit juice?
Well, I just went down to the store and some prune juice.
Prune?
And the chocolates are these little blue box.
Yeah, little blue box.
Tiny little pieces of chocolate.
Really tiny piece so they don't get too much.
Yeah.
That just as a matter of vital curiosity, that blue box wouldn't have two names on it, would it? The first name X, and then a dash, and then the second name Lax. EX-LAX.
Oh yeah, son of a gun.
It has that, And and the fruit juice, prune juice.
Very well. I want to keep them all running in good shape.
You got the stuff to keep them running. I got to tell you that. Don't give that to anybody. That's what they term laxatives. You know what laxatives are? Maybe you should. Well, next time you go to school. Go in and take a biology course, okay?
Oh, okay.
Human anatomy. That would be very nice of you to, but try and don't give them that. They'll be, wait a minute, Give it to him. What do I care?
You noticed our wonderful weather around here has been a bit windy this past week.
Yes, well, you went to meteorological school, so you would be able to explain a lot of that, too. Why has it been so windy these last couple of days?
Because the winds have been blowing very fast.
Uh-huh. That explains it, then.
Yeah, I tell you, it was so windy, like Wednesday and Thursday.
How windy was it?
Well, it's so windy that I was going to the store, and I took a step forward, and it blew me 2 steps back.
I said bong. Why? Bong. I can't have lullabies at 7:35 in the morning. You're putting the whole town to sleep. What can I do? What can I do with people falling? This is a wake-up show.
I bet the other 5 will wake them up.
I beg your pardon?
I bet the other 5 will wake them up.
Well, we'll see. The other 5. All right, Moira, what's your address out in Hamiota anyway?
However, just because I can't get the calls on the air because of engineering failures is not to say that I haven't got any... an engineer! I'm saved! Norman, there's an engineer here!
You are saved.
Yes, yes.
So is everybody else that's listening.
George Pazunas, the only chief engineer in the country with his own fan club. George, you've come to save me. I can't put phone calls on the air. What'll I do?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. George, you don't understand. If I can't get phone calls on the air, I haven't got any program. That's my program. Phone calls coming in to give me bright things to say. People who do funny jokes for me.
You mean the Don Percy can't manage without the phone?
Well, it's not that I can't manage. It's just that I haven't done a program in such a long. Can't you put some call? What's wrong with it? Thanks. He gives me the Gallic shrug. He gives me what Pierre Trudeau gives Margaret. Thorne just did. You hear that line? I ad-libbed.
Which one?
Well, the one about, I said, the guy from the town of the day that I had never heard of, Allegra, Manitoba.
Uh-huh.
Shaking Allegra.
Oh, my gosh. Shaking Allegra.
Yeah.
You sure you don't want those elephant jokes we
Maybe
got
I
down
should
here?
get them, yeah.
I think so.
Thanks a lot.
I'm Norman Jack with the Mask for the Morning. Don Percy on KY58.
Kind of a catchy little chanty, isn't it? He's Don Percy. He what a swell guy. Oh, I love it. He's Don Percy. He'll make you day before the sun is high. He's a man to none. He'll make you smile and he'll show you some fun. He's Don Percy. King of CKY. Oh yeah. He what a swell guy. There we go. Well, that's it. I wonder, you got any more lyrics to that?
No, I just made a short one.
You just did a short one. I wonder if you could repeat that for us. I didn't quite hear all the words there, Rick.
Not loud enough?
No, well, you just go over the words. You don't have to play the whole thing. Just sing the song, the words again.
Okay.
Yeah, a little louder.
Okay.
Yeah, if you could, please. Thank you very much. I didn't quite hear all of them there.
Percy.
Yeah, I like that.
He what a swell guy. He's Don Percy.
Now I'm starting to get on.
Before the sun is high. Well, he's the master of the morning and slave to none. He'll make you smile and he'll show you some fun. He's Don Percy.
Oh, now I'm getting it, yeah.
He what a swell guy. Oh, yeah. He
what a swell guy. I love it. That's the winner. That's the winner.
Did you hear it?
Gee, we heard it. We heard it.
You're roughly the same age. Kid, you're 18 now, aren't you?
Me? Yeah, I'm 18,
Giggler, you're just about that age.
Just about.
What
Not quite, eh?
What do you think, kid? What I I thought is while the kid gets swinging into his humor, maybe we could have the giggler provide the laughter, since I very rarely laugh. What do you think, kid? Could you use a little help this morning?
Great help, that's especially this morning.
Oh, with the material you have?
That's right.
What do you think, giggler? Can you help him out?
Oh, for sure.
All right, hang on, and we'll get right to it. All right, kid, giggler, you ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. First of all, giggler, you want to say hello to some people, no doubt, so why don't you go ahead?
Oh, okay.
She likes you already, kid.
She's laughing at just saying hello.
This is the kind of audience you need, and when you get somebody like this, hang on to them for dear life, okay? All right, giggler, who do you want to say hi to?
Okay. I want to say hi to whoever the guy was that gave me a lift out to U of M yesterday. 69 was a Dodge Dart.
A 69 Dodge Dart.
Yep.
Wow. And they say you're not going with the creme de la creme, huh? Oh.
Well, it runs.
That's all you needed yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Minus 36. Okay, anybody else?
Okay, yeah. I want to say hi to Wendy's intro-anthro class, where they learn fancy terms like trochanter of the radius.
You be careful, young lady. This is a family show. I'm not going to have my radius trochantered by anybody.
I'll watch my language.
Okay.
Okay, and I want to say hi to the Zeta Psi and Phi Delta Theta frats who had a couple of great parties last Saturday.
Boy, the University of Manitoba hasn't got a class as far as you're concerned. All it has is parties and whoop-whoops, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And, kid, who do you have to say hi to?
I'm not going to say hi to anybody, you know.
Hi to everybody. Everybody has decided not to listen to you now. It's no big deal anymore?
That's right.
In 4 years, you've said hi to everybody. Well, actually, it's 5 years, isn't it?
Well, it's closing in on 4.
Closing in on 4. That length of time, you've said hi to everybody you know. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Ready for a little humor, then? All right, now, incidentally, giggler, we need you on this, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead, kid.
Okay, first one's a Rick and a Dick.
Rick and Dick.
Yeah.
Okay. Rick says...
Hope you're ready, giggler.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Rick says, would you lend me a dime? I want to call a friend.
Dick says...
Here's 2 dimes. Call both of them.
That's not funny, giggler.
Some of mine.
That may be,
well,
but it still ain't funny. All right. Number 2.
Boy Scout leader, Boy Scout, and Boy Scout leader.
Okay. Boy Scout leader says...
Okay, boys, you may very well run across some poisonous snakes on our trip today, so if you're bitten by one of these snakes, you must make a cut near the bite so that the blood runs freely, then put your mouth over the gash and suck out as much blood as you can.
I know where you're going with this. Is a Lone Ranger and Tonto joke, isn't it? Isn't it?
Is it what?
It's a Lone Ranger and Tonto joke. I don't
know. No.
Boy Scout says...
But, sir, suppose we're bitten on our backside.
Boy Scout leader says...
Can you find out who your friends are?
way I heard that one is that the Lone Ranger got bit, and Tonto goes to town to find. He got bit in a very tender spot, and Tonto went to town to find out what to do. Came back, Lone Ranger said, "Well, what did the doctor say?" Tonto says, "Doctor say Lone Ranger gonna die." All right. Rob?
Rod.
Okay, this is the last one?
Yeah, and then there's the, stop.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I know. Rod says...
Ziegler, you're doing great.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
You too.
Rod says, how'd your girlfriend do on her driver's test?
Todd says...
She failed.
Rod says...
How come?
Todd says...
When the car stalled, she jumped from force of habit into the back seat.
Yeah, boo.
Mine are that indecent.
Yeah.
You should go into small motor repair.
That's the truth. And now, our corn of the day or whatever.
I hope the giggler laughs is this, because this is what I'm leaving on.
Okay.
Okay, thanks very much, and here it is. If you mixed a can of Raid with the pill, would you come up with the product that gets the bugs out of your sex life?
Say good morning.
Good morning, giggler. Nice man.
7:24. And I think the Corny Joke Kid was funnier when he was 13, wasn't a twitchy teenager. Thanks to the giggler for her help.
Time and time again I see
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the radio program that brought you Edna May Henning. The radio program that brought you Fight On Manitoba. The radio program that brought you Let's Do Something Cheap and Superficial. The radio program that brought you Shut Up Your Face now brings you a hit song from Birmingham, England. Algernon Figowitz III, the correct time gentleman, a few weeks ago, mentioned that when he was in Birmingham, this song was the favorite. And by hook and by crook, and with thanks to the 80 family, we came across the Wurzels and the Combine Harvester. Yeah, Lors.
I drove my tractor through your haystack last night. I threw me pitchfork at your dog to keep quiet. Now someone's telling me that you've avoided me. Come on now, darling, you got something I need. 'Cause I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. Come on now, let's get together in perfect harmony. I got 20 acres and you got 43. Now I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. She made I laugh. I'll stick by you, I'll give you all that you need. We'll have twins and triplets, I'm a man built for speed. And you know I'll love you, darling, so give me your hand. The thing I want the most is all the acres of land. 'Cause I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. Come on now, let's get together in perfect harmony. I got 20 acres and you got 43. Now I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. Oh, she's alive with the stuff and all. For 7 long years I've been alone in this place. Things sleep in the kitchen, it's a proper disgrace. Now if I cleaned it up, would you change your mind? I'll give up drinking Strumpy and that larder alive. 'Cause I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. Come on now, let's get together in perfect harmony. I got 20 acres and you got 43. Now I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. Who loves me, baby? One wee grand couple at that last Wurzel dance. I wore brand new gaiters and me corduroy pants. In your new Sunday dress with your perfume smelling grand. We had our photos taken us sold in end. Now I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. Now that we both passed our 50s, I think that you and me should stop this gallivanting and will you marry me? 'Cause I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. You're a fine-looking woman and I can't wait to get my hands on your land.
Well, what do you think, folks? Is it another hit or is it a hit? Those are the Wurzels. Big group in England, but then again, we know where England is going these days. I believe it's too much talk about the Constitution being patriated. You remember the Boston Patriots? Anyway, it's called Combine Harvester, and of course it's based on Melanie Safka's song, I Got a Brand New Pair of Roller Skates. Only they call it I Got a Brand New Combine Harvester. By the Jing Playing Jang, the name of the group is the Wurzels. We think it's marvelous.